Hello and welcome everyone. In this video we will see what medical advances were due to desperation. Welcome to the question answer channel, the channel where you will find the answer to everything. Today the answers will be presented by Louise, Tomaž Vargazon, Andrew Alexander and Lucas Mann. We will start with the first answer of Louise.
It was the first successful caesarean section that we know of. It was about the year 1500 and the wife of pig castrator Jacob Neufer was in labor. She had been struggling for the birth of her baby for days now. 13. I cannot believe that number, but history says so. Midwives had been already called to help and none could complete the process. Neufer basically knew how to help his wife because he had acquired extensive knowledge and skills through his work. Pig castrators had long performed C-sections on difficult births of animals such as mares, cows, bitches, sheep and sows. They did this to save the young when it was feared that the mother might die. Midwives were also familiar with this technique, but until the early 16th century, caesarean delivery was allowed only on dead mothers. What we do today, saving the mother's life at the risk of the baby's death, was strictly forbidden. Jacob was desperate. He finally managed to get urgent permission from the authorities to perform the procedure on his living wife. He used a razor blade to do the procedure. Mother and child survived. The mother later had 5 more children. Access this answer and support the author as a Quora Plus subscriber. Access all answers reserved by Louise. For Quora Plus subscribers, access exclusive answers from thousands more participating creators in Quora Plus. Browse ad-free and support creators. Start free trial. Learn more.
We can continue with Tomaž Vargazon's answer.
As of yesterday, it's no longer next. First pig heart being transplanted into a human. Yesterday, January 10, 2022, marks the first time an organ from a genetically modified animal, a pig, was transplanted into a human. We don't know what will happen, but the pig was genetically modified in a way that makes it unlikely the organ will be rejected by the recipient, and pig organs in general are quite similar to our own. I hope the recipient lives a rich, full life with his new heart of a pig. Even if not, this is still a major step forward towards generating organs to order, without fear of rejection. Even if the heart is rejected and the donor dies, what we learn from the process will enable us to succeed the next time. I reckon this will become the mainstream way we get spare parts by the end of the decade in an optimistic scenario, by the end of the next decade in the pessimistic one. Either way, the moment is as groundbreaking as December 3, 1967, when the first human heart ever was transplanted, ushering the era of organ transplants of today. That patient died after 18 days, I hope this guy does better.
The next answer is from Andrew Alexander.
Sorry to be anticlimactic or to bust any high-tech bubbles, but the greatest salvation of human life occurred long ago. The introduction of sewage treatment and the distancing of drinking water sources from sewage accounted for more lives saved than anything since. Second place for lives saved might be the introduction of smallpox vaccination. The future breakthrough in terms of lives saved will be vaccination against Plasmodium and the malaria they cause. Such a vaccine has been elusive so far, but it will be dramatic when civilization, and the Gates Foundation, finally gets there.
The next answer is from Lucas Mann.
WW1 had a lot of technological advances. I'll go through the several I can think of right off the top of my head. The steel helmet was introduced into the war at a time when soft caps were the norm. They were used to protect from artillery shrapnel. Big mortars would explode right beside trenches, and without helmets you'd have a 2-inch piece of metal lodged in your head. The metal helmet provided protection against the artillery. Chemical weapons were a new bully on the block. The French began the trend by using tear gas while in the war. In 1899, the Hague Declaration forbade the use of poisonous weapons, yet over 124,000 tons were made for use in WW1. Body armor was another cool thing that most people don't know was used in WW1. While commercially sold, the UK used body armor and later used a suit that was similar looking to a lobster. The Germans also used body armor. Most soldiers scavenged their body armor off of the enemy. Tanks were new and became a huge asset to those who had them. All but impervious to rifle fire, only artillery shells and specialized grenades could pierce the hull. Planes were also used in WW1. This was the first time planes were used for war on a major scale. Bombers would drop big, heavy explosives onto the trenches. Fighter planes would run bombing routes, protecting the bombers from enemy planes.
This is the end of the video. Thank you for staying until the end. If you found the answer you were looking for, please leave a like and subscribe, it would help us a lot. The video is over. You can continue discussing this question in the comments, or find another question that interests you. See you next time.